Hello everybody and welcome to another edition to my channel. I am the MK Lover. How is everybody doing? And as you can see, I am finally able to review my Mortal Kombat 2 game for the 32X. My brother had picked up a Sega Genesis, and we were able to hook up the 32X, and now I'm able to do a review on my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2 for the 32X. So let's go ahead and get started. By far this is probably the hardest version of the game that I've actually ever played. Put it on very hard. We have to go to the controls because it automatically goes to activator. I don't know why. I got the 6 button, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And we'll go ahead and get started. Overall, in this game, the graphics are actually not that bad. Compared to the Sega Genesis, the graphics are actually pretty damn good for the 32X. The only problem is basically the sound. Everything else is actually pretty awesome. Color, you know. Color, the lighting, the character size, it's all actually pretty damn good, in my opinion. They actually did a pretty good job with it. I missed the 6 button. It's so much easier to do that fatality, or that stage fatality. But it brings back my old childhood playing this game. Even if it is for the 32X, it's still pretty close to the Sega Genesis version, which is still, like I said, still pretty close in definition. With the original Sega version compared to the 32X, and the Super Nintendo version is actually not that bad. I got that version as well. I might do a review on that, compare it with this one. I had a feeling he was going to do that.
Finish him. Wins. Fatality.
Now, of course, this is nowhere near the picture-perfect, or almost picture-perfect arcade version of Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection, but still, it's not bad to go back in time and be like, holy shit, you know, what a difference compared to what we all know now, as far as what, you know, Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection has put out. This is actually pretty cool. I remember in the Sega version for this level, the background used to be like a really dark kind of orangey color, instead of the nice deep purple that it's supposed to be, like how you see in the arcades. And as you can tell, the sound is obviously not, still not great. But I mean, what do you want for you know, for Sega, you know? I mean, even though it is 32X, they just enhanced the graphics up a little bit compared to the other version. And in the Sega version, both characters, Johnny Cage and Baraka, they don't do their full poses. For example, when Johnny Cage wins, he kisses his hands, puts his hands up in the air, and he's supposed to bring his hands back down so he can, you know, cross his arms. In this version, he doesn't. Baraka, same thing in the Sega version. Baraka, you know, he pulls out his things and he brings them up across his chest as a cross. In the normal Sega version, he doesn't do that. In this version, he actually does. So a little bit of an improvement, I guess you can say, for some things. I don't know. It's kind of a tie between the 32X version and the Super Nintendo version, in my opinion, as far as back in the day when these two games were, you know, competing each other on these consoles. Which one was actually the better one in terms of you know, graphics? Graphics, probably a lot of you will agree that a lot of the graphics were better in the Super Nintendo version, which is probably true. But at the same time, it's like, you know, the characters, in my opinion, in the Super Nintendo version are a little bit smaller. But then again, you know, you never know. Some of you might like the 32X version. And I noticed that in this one you can't really do your combos because of the way that the screen is. Which is okay, I guess. Like, for example, when he jumps at you, you do a straight punch into the teleport, and then you do the spear and the uppercut. But for some reason, in this version, you can't do that. It's even hard to do it in the Super Nintendo version. Ah. So I'm playing it on very hard. The problem that I have in this one is Kintaro is actually a pretty tough. The bosses are pretty tough in this version. Shao Kahn, basically you can't do what you normally would do in Mortal Kombat 2, even in Arcade Collection, the other version for PS3, or even the regular Sega version. And even the version for Super Nintendo. You normally can go up to Shao Kahn, you know, jump at him and just quickly duck, and then as he goes to swing at you, you can just uppercut him. In this version, you really can't do that. He just constantly does a shadow shoulder at you, and you're basically, you know, fucked. So. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get by it this time around.
Round 2, fight.
My bad.
Finish him.
That this pit 2 fatality is actually not that bad in this version as well. A little fast, but it's not that bad. I mean, like I said, the sound is kind of the same as far as the Sega Genesis version. The color is a little bit deeper. It's a little better as far as the purples and stuff like that on the monks, as you see. There's really not that bad. I mean, for its time, you know, I guess you would say that this was the best version out there. Maybe even compared to the Super Nintendo version. But then again, you know, I could be wrong. A lot of you have your own opinions. A lot of you were the Super Nintendo fans as opposed to the Sega fans. But I truly believe that there was a lot more Sega Genesis fans out there than there were Super Nintendo fans. And the reason being is that Sega was just more popular. It had tons more games than Super Nintendo had, and I know that I was a Sega person back in the day compared to Super Nintendo. You know, I mean, that was just my opinion. I truly believe that. Oh, come on. I truly believe that that the Sega Genesis was the best home system that basically that there was at the time. You know, Nintendo was still popular, of course. Those of you who want to beat Melina the easy way, that's exactly how you do it. In Mortal Kombat 2, she's always going to jump at you with the size when you go to jump at her, and just be close enough to her, and you'll be able to actually hit her. And that's all you need to do. I mean, with Luke, you can't really do it with Liu Kang because Liu Kang, he's just a little too fast with it. Sometimes you'll let her get away from you like I did in that first round, but nothing you can really do about it, you know.
Scorpion wins. Fatality.
I actually should have done his friendship there.
Round 1, fight. Scorpion wins.
Some of the sound effects is pretty funny, like when Sub-Zero does his ground freeze, you know, it kind of sounds like somebody's taking a, you know, when somebody farts, it sounds like a quick diarrhea type of sound. It's actually pretty funny.
Finish him. Scorpion wins. Friendship.
Almost there.
Round 1, fight.
Now, like I said, folks, you can't really do that with Liu Kang, the jump kick thing. I mean, you can if you get close enough, but Liu Kang's got his offensive attacks, like as you saw, if you try to keep jumping at him, he'll either throw a fireball or he'll do his fly kick at you. So Liu Kang's a little bit more harder to do that easy tactic to. So just so everybody, you know, realizes. I mean, well, like I said, once in a while you can hit it, but
Fatality.
now all the versions so far that I've seen, this version of the game on 32X online, everyone basically dies at like the 5th or 6th guy. I don't know why, but it's really not that hard, and they're even playing it on normal. The ladder climbing up to the 2 sub-bosses, you know, Kintaro and Shao Kahn, are actually pretty easy. It's just the fact that, you know, sometimes Kintaro can be a bitch, and Shao Kahn is always a bitch, you know, to play against. So we'll see. That wasn't supposed to happen. trying to get over him. Didn't work. That's okay.
Round 3, fight.
Okay. Aw, that wasn't fair. Alright, so now we're at Kintaro. Let's see if we can get past him pretty fast, like I do in all the other versions of the game that I play. For some reason they made it to where the Sega Genesis version was just very hard. Come on. I got lucky on that one, folks.
Round 2, fight. Come here!
Oh.
Come here! Standing. Come here! Come here! Standing.
Wow, I actually did it. In this version, I usually don't do it my first shot, but probably guarantee you that Shao Kahn will beat me my first time here. See, Shao Kahn usually does that almost every time, and for some reason he's not supposed to. You're supposed to do this every time. And I was ducking there, but that's okay. See, again. In this version, it's like I said, it's a little tricky. I don't know why, but it just is. Oops. Wow, I actually got lucky for my video. That's pretty cool. Like I said, that's always been the trick for Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat, in all the Mortal Kombats actually, even MK3. Same thing, so. But yeah, so there you go, there you have it. Mortal Kombat 2 for the 32X. Not bad. Definitely just another version of the game. Of course, an older version, you know, a far from arcade version of the game, but nonetheless not bad for back in the day. Alright folks, I guess I'll go ahead and I'll do the version for Super Nintendo really fast and do a comparison. So this way you guys will be able to see which ones you guys, I guess, like better. Alright, I'll see you guys for the Super Nintendo version. Have a good one.